what you got. Don't sweat it until you hit the top. Work with what you got. Don't forget it until you
Welcome to
hit the
Next Up
spot.
Accessories, where we connect your next up and vehicle personalization to help you make more money and happier customers. What is vehicle personalization? That is a process in your showroom where you present customization to your buyers. It is a proven methodology to increase your paycheck, give customers what they want, and skyrocket your CSI scores. For more information about vehicle personalization and how you get your dealership making happier customers, check us out at insigniagroup.com. If you are a customer of Insignia, thank you for your business, and you're not reading our blogs, which are full of best practices, then click through our website and subscribe. Or find us on social media and start a conversation. I like to talk. We want to thank Side Hustle for the use of their song, Work With What You Got. Seems appropriate for our audience. Find them online at sidehustletheband.com. All right, Cameron, you're solo today. Your compatriots. One's on vacation, another's busy answering phone calls upstairs. So thanks for
short straw.
Yeah, thanks for being here. All right, so I am super excited about today's podcast because we have a very special guest. I've been thinking about how to start this podcast off, and it came to me this morning. Our audience, I'm sure, listen to folks on how to build wealth, like Grant Cardone. And one of his main things, I want you in the audience to think about the last time you listened to one of his podcasts or one of his messages. And one of the core tenets to his message is income diversification. And this is one of those topics that you typically find talked about in the showroom with salespeople who are aggressive and want to get somewhere, and they're thinking about becoming a sales manager, they're thinking about building wealth, and they are thinking about income diversification. And the reality is you don't have to look very far to think about income diversification, right? So if you sell cars for a living and you want to diversify your income, you really don't have to open a taco stand. You don't really have to go out and start some multi-level program selling, athletic wear. You can actually look in your showroom, and there are a ton of ways to diversify your income outside of just selling the car. And today's podcast is all about a product that could be that diversification. This is a laydown, as they call it in the business. Reach into your pocket right now, in the audience, and pull out your cell phone. And I guarantee that your cell phone right now has a protective case. Why wouldn't it? I mean, this is like one of the important things that you carry around all the time, and you want to make sure it's protected. You want to make sure that if you drop it, that you don't have a $400 repair job on your hands, that it can take a beating because you are running around the showroom and you're doing lots of crazy things to sell cars, and it is protected. Well, our podcast today is all about a protection item that's very similar to the protection that you put on your cell phone. So, Patrick Fletch, welcome, Director of Business Development of AlloyGator. AlloyGator, engineered with teeth.
That's it.
So, Patrick, welcome to the show. We had a fantastic time yesterday filming our Diplomat challenge. Not going to ruin it, but check it out on YouTube. Tell us about AlloyGator.
Thanks, David, for having us here. We're happy to be here. AlloyGator is a vehicle personalization accessory with the added benefit of protecting your customers' expensive wheels against minor curb rash. AlloyGator is designed from a super tough nylon composite, and it's the only product of its kind in the market that is MIRA certified and TUV approved. For dealerships, AlloyGator is a personalization accessory that is a great retention tool that can add a replenishing revenue stream in all departments. In addition, we'll reduce courtesy car expenses while assisting your team with those dreaded CSI issues. AlloyGator will increase retail sales on its own, and it is also an awesome addition to your current wheel and tire programs.
This really is, the more I think about it, this is really one of those products where if I'm a salesperson in a store And even if my store doesn't do vehicle personalization, even if it is a pain in the ass, I got to walk to the parts department, I got to do all this kind of stuff, and I got to find the price. And I mean, it's the classic barriers to actually selling accessories in the store. Let's just take the worst case scenario for a salesperson. This is a product that you could actually get with your service manager and say, look, I want to get a sample in here. I want you to look at the YouTube video on how easy it is to install, and I want to start selling these. And I can't imagine a service manager saying no. And the reason why is because this is yet another product that, I mean, a B tech, a C tech could do, right?
Absolutely.
It's not complicated. You showed it yesterday. It's so straightforward. It takes about 45 minutes to a half an hour. Somebody who's really good at it probably could, I mean, you knock that thing out in like 25 minutes, you know?
Yep.
And so this is one of those things where, again, back to what I was saying beginning, income diversification. If you are a go-getter salesperson, you could get your service manager to pick this product up. I mean, it's not difficult to stock, right? So what are you guys finding out there in terms of salespeople embracing this product and presenting it to their customers?
I would say from a challenge perspective, the biggest challenge we're seeing is the departments working together, which is typically what happens in any dealership environment.
Right.
The stores that typically I find are successful are the ones that are dedicated to an accessory program. So they have a manager for accessories that is actually their number one focus when they come in the day is to build an accessories business. And they are the in-between for the salesperson and the service department and parts department.
Right. But if I don't have that, right, just put yourself in that salesperson's shoe. If I don't have that, or shoes, if I don't have that vehicle personalization expert in my showroom, am I crazy here? I mean, could a salesperson reach out to you
Absolutely.
and say, look, I'd like a sample. I'd like you to share your literature with me. I mean, you're traveling all over the place, so somebody could actually reach out to you and you go see them and walk into their store and show them how easy this product is. I mean, let's say we sell this for what, $250 installed, right?
$250 to $349 installed, depending on manufacturer.
So let's take the high end, $349, and cost. What's the cost on this?
Cost is $109.95.
Perfect. So if I could put $100 in my pocket, if I'm the sales guy, and I make the deal with the service manager, I'm the guy that's going to say, look, I want to be paid the most, right? Income diversification.
Yeah.
So let's even say $50 a car. All of a sudden, I'm making $50 a car when I offer a great product that's easy to install, that looks great, that sets the car apart. I mean, am I crazy here?
No, not at all. From a support structure in regards to what AlloyGator would do for this salesperson is they reached out to us. I would be looking to send them product, a couple different colors, a discreet color, a bright color, and what they would need to do is have a vehicle or wheels in the showroom that we could actually get the product put on and open the door for us to train a specific individual at the store to do the installs, and that would be it.
Yeah.
It would be pretty basic.
Yeah. So we're not talking about a high stocking. I mean, do you have?
No, the awesome thing for the parts manager is our product is cut to size, so it fits from 12 to 24 inch wheels.
Right.
They can order it if they absolutely don't want to stock the product, they can order it, and in most cases, it's a 3-day turnaround.
Nice. Awesome. So tell us a little bit more about where AlloyGator came from. We talked about it a little bit, but again, share again where AlloyGator's from.
AlloyGator is engineered, designed, and manufactured in the UK. It's in its third generation with improvements that have been done to the product. It is now, we have a full warehouse in the US. We have 2 of them, and we have 2 in Canada. And so product is not having to come from the UK when a store orders it. It's here. We have all the product. We have plenty of product to facilitate getting it into a store. It was originally designed the same color as an alloy wheel. The design and purpose of it was to protect vehicles or wheels against curb rash. The engineer who put it together was a salesperson and was constantly racking his wheels up against the curb, and he came up with the idea, which is an ingenious idea, and
income
put this
diversification
together. Absolutely. And created the product. And obviously, after he designed it, the next question that everybody started to say was, hey, can I get this thing in different colors?
Yeah.
And that's when all the colors came into play.
Yeah. Now, the color aspect of this is really a lot of fun because we decided on a particular color for my car, for the Diplomat, and I think it pops. I drove it home last night. Kids came out. They were like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool." Wife came out. She came out. She's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool." So I love it. So tell me about what you can do with the color contrast here. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Well, the color, you can match it to the body, you can match it to calipers, and frankly, every person is an individual, and they will do crazy color combinations and whatever floats their boat. What I love about it in the sales department is if I'm selling a pre-owned vehicle, and one of the biggest challenges with pre-owned vehicles is giving a perceived value that you're different than the other pre-owned vehicle down the street. Right. Well, this is an awesome way to differentiate yourself.
Holy cow.
And give the perceived value that we sell something different than they do down the street.
Yeah, totally. So let's take it back to the showroom again, because I know a lot of what the marketing is for AlloyGator is to incorporate this with wheel and tire programs.
Yeah.
So talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so wheel and tire programs, typically in markets, it's anywhere from 25 to 40% penetration. It's a good income for car dealers and for sales departments. A lot of our stores have taken our product and they've presented wheel and tire insurance. And when the customer is declining it, they say, "Are you sure?" Because ours comes with a choice of color. And they found an uptick in selling wheel and tire insurance just by adding on the option of color and giving an individual customer a physical product that they can see that ties in with the insurance program.
Well, I would say in today's day and age, anybody that buys a car is pretty conditioned to turn off their brain once they get to the point of sitting down with the business manager and just trying to say no to everything.
Yeah.
Right? And so, and I do it. I say no to everything. No, just leave me alone, right? Yeah. And yet, if you could throw a curveball like that to say, "No, I just want to make sure because ours comes with the choice of color," that's not what I was expecting to hear. Mm-hmm. And that's a great way to stop the prospect, stop the customer, and go, "Wait, what color? What are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Wait, yeah, did I hear you right?" So then now you've got the display, now you've got the discussion. So that's a great technique there for stopping the customer in their tracks. And then I could see where that could turn into a lot better sales throughput of the sales.
Because, and I take it back to, because they're actually seeing it. It's not a high ticket, high dollar item. They're seeing it's a great lead into everything else that your company has to offer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and the colors, that's what people they're interested in being different.
Yeah.
My friend's got a Volkswagen. I now have a Volkswagen, but mine looks way cooler.
Hey, that's my line. All right, so tell me a little bit about your background. You're not a stranger to a dealership at all, so tell me about your
No, I've been treading around in the dealership world for 24 plus years as a technician, and then into fixed operations management and a couple different manufacturers. And I've seen and worked with some amazing people. And when I was presented with AlloyGator through actually dealer principal who had brought the product on, I saw right away the need for it in a store and how they could capitalize on it in all departments. That's why we got excited about it.
And what I noticed yesterday, this is a testament to you, and I think your approach to the business is that as we were going through the installation process, I mean, you had a crowd around you of service techs who kept coming around. And what I liked was the fact that every person that came around, you stepped away, you got next to them, you talked to them a little bit, and it was like, oh yeah, this is my people. You know, they kind of quickly identified with you of like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about. So you're very approachable, I find. With folks.
Yeah, in the dealership environment, it's unfortunate. In some cases, there can be the silo effect, and right down to, it doesn't matter what position you're in on it. If you've got an interest in what's going on in the store, if I own the store, that there's nothing more that you could ask for than having your people interested in something. Right. When everybody's crowding around and looking at it, and I know, and I can say this because I am a technician, I know the first inclination they have is, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to tear this apart. So if you start answering their questions, it very quickly turns it around, and you saw what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
They were blown away with it.
Yeah, they were. And I heard everything from one guy said, I need to put these on my minivan.
Yeah.
to another guy saying, well, I've got I think it was a 67 67 Charger, and it was orange. And he was like, yeah, the orange would look really cool.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it goes on a minivan to a classic car. I mean, this thing, it can go on anything. What vehicles would you stay away from for this vehicle?
Well,
for this product?
for very, very simply, our product, we suggest it fits on 80% of the wheel and tire combinations. It's very specific to the wheel and tire combination. It's not necessarily about the vehicle, unless you get into a very heavy vehicle, such as a 3/4 ton truck or above. But other than that, we have a fitment gauge, and we train that. And if the fitment gauge shows that the product will fit on the car, then almost in every instance, you'll have no issues with the product.
Yeah. This is one of those products where you look at it and you say, oh my gosh, yeah, it's going to go on a truck and a Jeep and a this and all of those vehicles that you would expect to be accessorized. And what I would encourage our audience to look at is if you sell Hyundais, if you sell Jettas and Passats, if you sell Camrys and Accords, cars that you typically don't see personalized, because there's not a lot to offer. You know, most of these companies, they can't really offer a ton of stuff for cars, sedans. We were talking about Fiats. If you look at this product, it helps you sell something on those vehicles that you don't typically have a huge portfolio. I mean, to do. You can do your cargo mats, you can do your slush mats, you can do some mud guards, and that's not going to physically change the look of the car. And so you have to say, okay, well, if I sell a Hyundai Sonata, you know, how can I really jazz this up? Well, I could change the wheels. Sure, you could change the wheels out. But how many Hyundai stores are out there really changing wheels out? You know, they're not. There's not a whole lot at all. But this is a product that could go on every Hyundai Sonata, and you get one of those sports, and it's kind of got some sharp lines, and it's cobalt blue, and whammo, you put these things on there, and all of a sudden this car pops. It's like, whoa, what is that again?
Absolutely.
It just excites me, because this is one of those places where I feel like if you sell cars and you are locked in to selling that Mini, and all you get's your $150 at the end of the day, and crap, I shared it with Joe, so now I got to split my Mini, and this is BS, right? Well, here's a way that I could double my Mini, and I could double my income, and I just made my customer like over the moon.
And back to differentiating yourself, you'd like some of those Jeeps we were looking at yesterday. I mean, there were some pretty cool colors there.
Yeah.
And what some of our stores have done, which I think looks fantastic, is they usually have a wheel on the back of the car.
Yeah.
So they put the product on all four wheels, and then they will put the product on the fifth wheel, and it really makes the vehicle stand out.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And you could take a stock Jeep, you know, stock Wrangler, 4-door, no fancy wheels and tires, and all of a sudden you set that bad boy off with AlloyGators. Now, you know, you might be able to actually charge a little bit more for that vehicle.
Yeah. one of the vehicles
Those are the premium.
One of the vehicles we've seen a lot on is the Ford Raptor. We've seen our product on. And the Ford Raptor is one of those vehicles that does not really need wheel protection.
Right, no.
Because the tire is just massive, but they put it on because when you see it, it looks really cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what do you help salespeople do in the store to present your product? I mean, other than there it is, put it on because that's the easiest thing to do. Do you provide them literature? Do you provide them support? You know, do you give them word tracks, anything like that to help a salesperson present this product?
Yeah, we would work with them individually based off whatever product line they're selling. Getting a commitment from somebody in the store to allow the product to be on a vehicle and is key for them because it's a visual that they can walk right up and show. But as far as literature and helping them through with what the product actually does and especially the pros and the cons, which there's very few cons to having this product on, we can help them out with presenting the product to their clients.
Good. You're not the only product like this out there. And so talk me through how you guys differentiate yourself from other products that are similar.
Yeah, well, back to AlloyGator engineered with teeth, which is near and dear to us because we're very proud of the fact that we are TUV approved and Mira certified. There is no other product out there that does so. Our product, people can look at our product and they mistake it for the clip on or stick on or glue on product that goes onto wheels, which our product is not. Our product, and I go back to, was originally designed to protect wheels against curb rash. All of the personalization of it came afterwards. The other product, and I've said this in the past, we'll get a Lamborghini or a Ferrari with a nice expensive wheel, and we'll throw our product on and throw the other product on, and we'll see who's buying a wheel.
Yeah, you were telling me a story about the president of the Canadian, I think it was WeatherTech.
Yeah,
and that
it was a lot of fun.
You went and met with him, and just before that meeting.
Yeah, I actually wasn't meeting with him. I was going in to meet with the manager of one of his stores to drop something off for him. And as I was coming back out to my vehicle, he had pulled in the driveway, and he ran out of his car and ran over. He goes, "Get over here, you got to see this." I just smashed a curb with my car, and I got to be honest with you, I kind of did it on purpose. And he goes, look at it, it looks great. And I said, "Well, you can replace it." He goes, no, I want to show people what this is about. So yeah, he was pretty jazzed up, and to see a guy that has a line of accessories in his locations that he has to get excited about our product, obviously feels good for us.
That's awesome. So what do you like to do? What does Patrick Fletch like to do when he's not, selling Alligator engineered with teeth?
I read. I still study a lot in the automotive industry. I read a lot of sales material, sales books, and I like to study history.
Yeah, so
that's what I do.
What's your favorite history?
Well, I've always studied the histories of cartels and mafia. It's just one of those things as a kid that I found very interesting, and I like the movies.
So have you watched? Oh, dang it! It's the one that's about the Colombian cartel.
El Chapo.
Yeah, El Chapo, a bit before him.
The Mexican. Okay.
Yes. Oh, it's killing me. My wife and I watched it.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's
awesome.
on Netflix.
Yeah, it's awesome. Can't believe I've forgotten it. Anyway, gotta edit that out. Anyway, no, we don't have to edit that out. Leave it in. Yeah. So I kind of have the same fascination.
The other thing that I like to do, and I am involved with, is I coach. I have a handful of service advisors and technicians. And actually a couple of general managers that I work with on the side, chatting with them and helping them through some of their challenges. And that's something
Nice.
I still enjoy. It keeps
So like
me,
a mentor.
Yeah, it keeps me
that's
in
awesome.
the know of what's going on in the stores.
Yeah.
And so I get some huge benefit from it. And I've built a massive circle of friends, somebody that they can call up and bounce something off of.
Ah, nice.
And I enjoy doing that.
That's awesome. So it goes back to what I was saying earlier. You're super approachable, and I feel like if you go into any store, you're going to make friends in any store.
Yeah.
And then, in the U.S., we kind of like the Canadian
Canadians.
the Canadian accent. It was funny. The store that we were in yesterday, and you have to watch the Diplomat Challenge video that we're doing on AlloyGator to see the exact store. So I'm not gonna give the spoiler away. And there we got the other side of the Canadian accent, which was the good old boy North Carolina, South Carolina accent.
Absolutely.
And there, the accessory manager was in there, and he was talking like this, and it was good, man. Yeah, that was great. So anyway. All right, so what else? Anything else that comes to mind for salespeople selling AlloyGator?
I guess I'll go back to being able to differentiate their vehicles versus what, from a perceived value perspective, I think is very important. And it's a pretty simple product. If you have it on a vehicle that a person can see, the ask on it is very simple. It's, what color do you think would look good on your vehicle? You'll find out really quickly whether this person's a person who wants color or whether they just want the protection. Then you just go on from there.
Awesome. And what are you driving today? What's your car you driving?
We have an old Porsche Boxster, and
nice.
We have a Ghibli.
A Ghibli.
Yes.
Awesome, nice. It has AlloyGators on it?
Yes, it does. It's
What
white
colors?
with white gators on it.
Nice. What color's the Porsche?
I wanted to put red on, but my wife said absolutely not.
On the white car?
on the white, but it has red calipers. So
Nice.
I actually did an Instagram post with that car. I put red on one side, and I used to drive her crazy because I always put a different color on each side. So I had red on one side, white on the other side, and I did an Instagram post with this. And almost 100% of the guys, red, 100% of the women, white.
Nice.
Yeah,
Funny.
that's the feedback we got from that post.
Hilarious. So what's your Instagram handle? So we get it out there.
AlloyGator USA.
Alligator USA. Okay. Patrick, it's been great having you in the office today. Thank you for visiting the Insignia Studios, which is actually just my office here. If you're interested in what AlloyGator has to offer, AlloyGator engineered with teeth, check them out at AlloyGatorNA.com to get more information. Connect with this guy, Patrick, on LinkedIn. He's out there on LinkedIn. He's very active. Great guy to know, great guy to connect with. Also, looking forward to the upcoming Diplomat Challenge, which will feature Patrick and the AlloyGator and Patrick's first car, which was a very funny moment that we actually had to record twice, but I'm not going to go into that. Until next time, I'm David Stringer, and this has been Next Up Accessories, where we connect your next up and vehicle personalization to help you make more money and happier customers. Thanks for tuning in. Every deal, every day. Bye-bye.